Welcome back to Lord of the Rings Online. Man, I really feel like I need a new little intro, you know? It's always, hey guys, welcome back to more Lord of the Rings Online. I need something catchy. I need something explosive. I need something that will make people want to watch these videos on their deathbed, you know? I need something. I'll think on it. But for now, let's continue the adventure here. So, lots of stuff going on for sure. That is to be sure. Let me pick up some quests. And you know what? Let me start on the left and make my way to the right.
I only trust my fellow rangers.
Kippen, I have a task for you. You saved my men from the blades of the enemy, but not all of my brothers were so fortunate. Over in the eastern streets by Menadil Square, the half-trolls sharpened their axes in a way to bring more men and wait to bring them down among more men. Although I did not think it upon our first meeting, you are a bold warden, and I would count your skills among the finest of my men. My brothers must be avenged, and I would have the honor to be yours. Go to the square and perform some of the executions of your own, my friend. The half-trolls must pay for what they have done. So I gotta kill some of those half-troll executioners.
The rangers will not surrender us, Gilioth.
So this is a chapter 1 quest. Interesting. So it's gonna be a long quest chain, it seems like. Our captain Faramir is lost. All of our number became separated after he dealt a great blow to the enemy's forces, and we only realized our losses after we were grouped here in the culverts. To my dismay, I was unaware of Faramir's ploy. It must have been a plan that he put into action swiftly, but such haste did not lessen its impact. I heard a great shriek in the distance, like the deafening sound of a mumok trunk, but shrill as the pitch of a bat's cry. No sooner had the forces of the enemies rallied to its source, and we were overwhelmed. We scattered, leading the foes with us, but we all made for the western gates for our escape. I did not make it so far. Great trolls blocked my advance, and I was forced to abandon my escape. I fled into the culverts, and there I found the others. So it has been. If Faramir made it beyond the western gate, he may yet live, but that is unknown to us all. Damrond, one of my most trusted men, saw firsthand the fate and fury of Faramir and what he loosed upon the enemy. While he knows little else of Faramir's fate, all must be told of our captain's valor, especially if it may be his last. Okay.
We must take the victories we can get.
Moblung wishes for me to tell you of Faramir's daring assault. I shall tell it then, but until he is found, it shall have no ending. We had crossed to the eastern side of the city to disrupt the enemy's forces before they could rally again. We were outnumbered, but we held the eastern end of the North Bridge for a time, until the most vile of the enemy's forces took notice of us. A great winged beast swooped down and swept across a crowd of men to the side, friend and foe alike, as if they were the leaves amid the winds of a storm. Its wings blotted out the sun, and many of our number fled at once, but my captain and I held strong. Faramir took a spear from one of the fallen and called the beast as it clawed at the dead. Before I could stop him, he charged at the beast and thrust the spear into his dark heart. What happened then is a blur to me, for it let loose a great cry and thrashed into fury as my captain and I fled to the west. We became separated on the bridge rafts, and soon, forces of the Haradrim had cut me off from him completely. I was forced to retreat into the culverts, and that is where my story ends for now. Moblung seems to have a plan for you, and I would not deny him the chance to speak. Let us see what our next move shall be. So definitely need to do Book 3, Chapter 8.
Our enemies have brought a great weapon to us, Gilioth. A mighty ram called Grond.
The message you recovered is addressed from Gothmog to the master of the great beasts, and it commands this master to pull the ram through the city to the west gate. We must assume that Gothmog or his superior plans to use Grond to smash the gates of Minas Tirith. We have to stop it. If this message has not been delivered by another of Gothmog's runners, we have a brief window available to us before Grond begins to move once more. This hunter from the Blackroot Vale has been itching for a chance to prove himself. Take him and find Grond before it leaves the city, and damage or destroy the ram before it reaches Pelennor. Once it leaves Osgiliath, we will not be able to halt its progress, Kippen. So Grond, the big battering ram, is actually named after the weapon of Morgoth, the original Dark Lord from the First and Second Ages of Middle-earth. So, of course, I'm ignoring Book 4 until I finish Book 3, but let me get the other quests.
The city may be lost, but we still fight to defend it.
Time grows short, Kippen. The host of Minas Morgul has readied their siege equipment, and now it is only a matter of time before they send it across the Anduin and begin their great assault. We must try to slow their advance at any cost. The span they constructed is of Orcish make, and I do not think it is as stable as they believe. They have many trolls among their forces. Perhaps if the heaviest among them were slain on the span, their weight might cause it to cave in before their equipment crosses. Go to the Great Bridge to slay trolls upon their span. Let us see if my thinking is correct. That plan sounds absolutely stupid, but I'll do it anyway.
We need your help if we are to fight the enemy.
The host of Minas Morgul has grown beyond my imagining, my friend. Orcs, trolls, Uruk-hai, Haradrim, half-trolls, and now Easterlings. It has not been done much for the spirits of my men, as you might suppose. It is truly a daunting force, but we cannot lose hope. Not yet. The Easterlings and Haradrim have made camp in the eastern streets of the city, but I know from my many years that they scare far more easily than orcs. Travel to the eastern streets and slay many of their numbers. If their morale might yet be broken, I think that I can think of none other than Faramir or such a fine warden who might be able to drive them from our lands. Tread carefully, Kippen.
We must protect Gondor at all cost.
Kippen, now you know of our plight. Will you stay and aid us here, or do you heed the call of another? If you stay, our search shall begin at once. Else I shall have to proceed with caution, for too few men still stand among us, and to weaken our guard is to invite defeat. If Faramir yet lives, I shall find my captain and have him lead his men to freedom beyond the Ramas Ekor.
We must protect Gondor at all cost.
Alright, so this is going to open up an instance. We must begin our search, Kippen, and I would have us begin in the culverts, where we can move beneath the notice of the Morgul host above. It is possible that Faramir also fled into the tunnels, as we did when the fighting erupted after he speared the fell beast. But there are many places that he may have sought refuge, and too few of us to spare from our posts. Search the depths, but do not search alone. These tunnels wind far underneath the city as a vast, sunken labyrinth, and it is likely that some of the enemy's forces have traveled down into the dark unwittingly or not. Alright, so that's that. And then let me keep going here. Man, I'm going to spend all episode reading quests.
The Rangers will not surrender us, Osgiliath.
For many years, the men of Gondor held the western half of the city against the ever-amassing forces in the east, but now we are broken. They swept over us like the strongest currents of the Anduin, and in the aftermath, the loss of life was immeasurable. Many still lie where they died, unless their heads have been taken by the Uruk-hai, but their armor and weapons still line the streets of Osgiliath. I do not wish their blades or armor to fall into the hands of the enemy, for they would better serve us even in the absence of the dead. Search the western streets and waste through the city, and return what you find to us here in the tunnels. Go with haste.
We must protect Gondor at all cost.
Although they allow us to sneak freely through the city, the Orcish bridge rafts along the Anduin pose a great threat to the White City. With each passing hour, the host of Minas Morgul sends more forces across the river and draws closer to Minas Tirith. We must destroy their rafts and slow their advance, even if it cannot be stopped. Travel to the southern docks, burn the rafts, and slay the orcs that craft them. Go with haste, for the forces of the enemy do not rest.
We will find my brother and seek this weapon together.
My brother is already searching for adventure throughout the city, Kippen. We will find him and seek this weapon together. Alright, give me a second. Let me pick up this other quest, because that's going to be like a little mini instance, I guess.
The Rangers will not surrender us, Osgiliath.
As with weapons and healing herbs, we have hidden numerous supply stores throughout the city containing rations and fresh water. If our stay in this sunken labyrinth is to be a lengthy one, we will have need of those supplies. Travel to the surface and search throughout the city for our supply stores. When you have found as many as you can bear, return them to me. Okay. So that is a lot of stuff going on. Let me go ahead and do this.
We will find my brother and seek this weapon together. Our enemies have brought a great ram to the city. We must damage or destroy it.
Before we left the culverts, I asked Damrod how we will know this ram is called Gron, and he responded with laughter. When I pressed him on the matter, he said that we would simply know. So it must be obvious, Kippen. Let us make our way through the city and see if he speaks the truth. Let us fight through the city in search of the weapon Grond. We must also remain alert for my brother Duilin, for he too hunts within the city. Come, Kippen, it is time for courageous deeds. Just in time with that horn off in the distance. Orcs ahead, let none escape. Where are all the orcs? There should be more foes than this. Where are all the orcs? Feeling of dread falls upon you and hazy images swim before your eyes. There are so many camps and the smell of roasting meat is still in the air. Where did the orcs go and for what purpose? Is there a Nazgul nearby? Perhaps they have been roused by their masters for some offensive? Kippen, what is wrong? You look quite unwell. What's wrong, Kippen? You ask Erefin what he makes of the ghostly images and the feeling of dread that accompany them, and he looks at you with confusion. I do not know of what you speak, my friend. I see nothing but an absence of orcs in the crumbling ruins of a once proud Osgiliath. You say that you saw more than that. Do you still see it? What's going on here? Should we continue our search? Yes, we must. Grond awaits. Ghostly image. Couldn't tell who that was. There's an orc patrol. Cast aside your feelings and unease and dispatch these foes. What is that on the ground? Kippen, are you well? I can tell by your face that something has you in its grip, Kippen, and it is frustrating to see you experience this devilry and be unable to help in any way. All I can say to you is to master your eyes and distrust even the most convincing visions of horror, for they surely seek to lead you astray. Duilin and I grew up in the Blackroot Vale, and we are no strangers to the feelings of dread. But why do you feel this presence so keenly and I feel nothing? The sooner we find Grond and destroy it, the sooner we will leave this place. If you are well enough to continue, you should search to the north and I will search to the east. Stand strong against whatever evil you find, my friend, and know that you are its better. Search to the north and I will search to the east. Fear no phantoms. Alright, so I'm going this way. Yeah, see, there's another phantom. Your eyes must be playing tricks on you. I kind of recognize who she is, but I forgot, like, who she actually is. You have found the broken body of the Ranger Golodir. That's not good. Oh, it's the corpse. He died. As you approach the fallen ranger, your mind rebels with the thought of Golodir that might have been somehow gotten ahead of you and come to Osgiliath against Aragorn's command. How could he have come more swiftly than the Corsair ships, more swiftly than your own tread? The merest flickering doubt is enough to dispel your wondering mind, and you see now that the body lying on the ground on the cold stones of war-torn Osgiliath is not that of Golodir after all, but another soldier fallen in the defense. A flash of color to the northeast. Can it be? Yeah, she's the daughter of that ranger, right? Pretty sure who that is. There's Grond. Court of Isildur. Yeah, that's definitely Grond. You have found Grond. Great weapon of the enemy. Look at that thing, man. That is epic. Absolutely epic. So I gotta damage it. Grond resists your efforts, but you do not give up. It's a little silly that it's completely unguarded by anybody. Nice. You did it, Kippen. That is epic, man. That is super epic. I stand in awe of your deeds, Kippen. You have managed to inflict some damage on the great weapon of the enemy. It seems clear that the destruction of Grond itself is beyond our means, but you have inflicted enough damage to the structure that bears it, and that may slow its progress toward the gates of Minas Tirith. My brother fought a number of orcs within the city, well more than we encountered. He thinks they are preparing for a renewed assault. I cannot believe the size of it. It is larger than a Mumok. What a terrible weapon, Gippen. My brother and I took solemn vows when we were children to always look upon the bright side of the situation. But I must tell you that I am finding it difficult to maintain this outlook while confronted with the terrible Grond. And yet you managed to disable it, at least for a time. Even a weapon as frightful as this can be slowed. Hope springs in my breast even as I worry, and the worry passes. Kippen. Many days have passed since last I saw you. Many leagues have you traveled. We are both changed, Kippen. Can you feel it? Once I was Mordorith, steward of Angmar, but I was undone by trickery. The elf Lairdin is slain, and the daughter. The daughter is not worthy of mention. I fell into the void, but my master pulled me back. The blade was the key, Kippen. The Dunedain who first wounded me lives still, drowning his sorrows in the north. While he lives, I cannot die. Do you think he felt my return? Does hated Golodir feel my presence even now? Do you think my anger haunts him still in the northern lands? It matters not. The Dark Lord has given me a new form, a stronger form. I am Gothmog, the Dread Terror, and Minas Tirith shall crumble before me. Erfin, let's get out of here. Run, Kippen. Very interesting. Mordorith, all the way from Carn Dûm, huh? That's an interesting turn of events for sure. Definitely was not expecting that.
You look as if you've seen a ghost.
And if that terrible apparition's words are to be believed, mayhap you have. Is it true? Was this creature spared death? How can we hope to fight against such a foe, if even a true strike with a keen blade cannot cure them of their existence? You asked Durafin that he not tell anyone of Gothmog's words, and he nods in assent, if reluctantly. I suppose that is for the best, but I do not like it. If the armies we face are led by creatures that cannot die, how long must we be expected to fight? How long must we stand, Kippen? I hope you understand that I am not afraid, but my brother is not as brave as I am, and I fear that he will not be willing to go on endlessly without victory.
You damaged the great ram. Why then do you bear such a stricken expression?
Kippen, Darafin tells me that you were able to do some damage against the Great Ram, and it will be some time before Grond can be used against Minas Tirith. Why then has the color drained from your face, and why do you bear that stricken expression? The thought of telling Damrod the truth weighs heavily upon you, but you know that the soldier already struggles on with very little hope. To tell him that the leader of the enemy's armies cannot be defeated in battle, and that death holds no permanence for such creatures of evil, will dash away any of his hopes that remain. Cheer up, Kippen. Your efforts have brought the defenders of Minas Tirith some time, and those extra hours, however brief, might prove the difference. Evil cannot fight forever. Faramir will be found and our battles will be won. Get some rest if you can, Kippen. Soon we will look to joining the defenders of the White City and our battle will begin anew. But for now you have done well. Damrod smiles heartily at you, but you think of the foe that was once Mordorith, and your heart is heavy. Let me look at these bracelets. 3 slots on these, huh? So yeah, I'm probably gonna go with the agility one. Yeah, let me go with the... Yeah, let me get this one. Okay, so book 3 is over, it looks like.
We fall from the Pelennor as we fell from Osgiliath.
So I'll automatically travel to the Causeway Forts on the Pelennor field. So I do not want to do that yet. Yeah, so I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to finish up all the quests here. So... Okay, yeah, let me go outside. There's lots of things to do. Lots of those repeatable quests to kill lots of enemies and collect stuff, so... Let me get started on those. Things are getting very interesting, I must say. And then I have to do that instance as well. We'll see how that goes. It's a small fellowship. Me being so over-leveled, I might be able to solo it. I don't know. I might give it a try. You never know. Plus, it might be a fun challenge. There are hidden supplies everywhere. So while I'm doing all this, I do want to remind you to please subscribe to the channel if you can. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. I work so hard to bring you guys this series and other games on my channel. Certainly don't do it for money. Barely get paid anything on AdSense. It costs me more money to run the channel for a variety of reasons than it actually brings in. So it's definitely not a money thing. It's purely a passion project. And it keeps me very motivated when people watch the videos and leave a like and all that and subscribe. So definitely appreciate it. So I need to kill Haradrim and Easterlings here. Let me get on the pony. Some hidden supplies right there. Yeah, let me go up. And back on the pony. Not seeing many supplies here, but you know what? I am going to just fight some more Easterlings. A little bit of lag. Six more. I want to kill that sorcerer. It's because he looks pretty epic over here. Let me get this archer. One more. Okay, so that's all of those. So let me start going that way. A little bit to the west. See what I can find. No, that's I thought that would connect to the other side, but it doesn't. I think really the only way to get from the eastern half of the city to the western is through the Great Bridge. I don't think there's any way around it. So let me work on doing that, I guess. So I need to defeat half trolls and actual trolls. I think the trolls I need to fight on the bridge itself, right? It was that really stupid plan of, hey, maybe if you kill enough trolls on the bridge, it'll collapse. So dumb. Oh, come on. That one didn't count. That one didn't count. Come on. Let me bring that one over like this. So that way I can make sure he actually counts. Okay. No! Come here. There you go. Just gotta make sure you kill them on the actual bridge. Worried about this freaking guy that keeps patrolling here. Let me try to fish that one in with a spear. Okay, there you go. So that's 6 of them. So I need to defeat orc raft builders. Let me see if I can find some of those. Well, I'm gonna go through here and then turn south. Maybe not. Yeah, I don't know how to get down here. I have to figure it out. But for now, let me just get some blades. Another one here. Armor scrap. Lots of collecting. So I need to go this way, looks like. Let me come up here. And here's the final armor scrap. And now I need to go north. Still need 2 blades. Then I gotta kill those raft builders somewhere. Okay, there's that, and then let me look here. So there are supplies around this area too. These are not very hidden, I would say. They're kind of everywhere. Need to go a little east. That one's alrightly hidden. At least it's tucked away in a little corner somewhere. Grab that one. Nice, 2 for 1. And looks like there's gonna be one over there. Missed that one initially. Just need 2 more. That's a scout, not an executioner. I still need to kill the executioners. We go north. Where are all the executioners? I wonder if another player just ran by here. Because there were so many executioners here, and now there are none. I see just one guy walking around. I bet another player just ran by here. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I don't want to have to wait for respawns. Let me go towards the little quest rings for the supplies. If I can. Oh, here we go. 2 executioners. Ah, my interrupt is on cooldown. Oh well. Okay, good. Map. So there should be a hidden store somewhere down there. What? I totally interrupted that. It even said interrupt. I don't get it. All these corpses make it difficult to find items you need to interact with. Alright, I'm getting on the pony. So these are cleavers, not executioners. Alright, let me get out of here. Need 3 more of these bad boys. Interrupt on cooldown. You know, I have the boot as well, a gambit, which is spear shield, and that also serves as an interrupt, so I could try doing that. Man, that one's sleeping. That one's just chilling out. Let me bring all these guys in. Okay, so there you go. That's all them. Now I just need a couple more supplies. Having a hard time finding these last couple. There you go. There's one here. All the way down there. And I need one more. I see it's right in front of me. Look at that river slug. You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of those little guys. I forgot what they're called, but at the Rift. The raid, the Rift. Void Eaters, I think they're called? No, the Void Eater is what they turn into in the raid if they get to like the little black hole on the floor. I don't know, for those of you guys who don't know what I'm talking about. Sounds like I'm probably rambling like a crazy person. Okay, so last thing is I need to find those orc boat builders or whatever. So that's to the south. Can I keep going through there? I can't. No, that's where I just was. I'm not going to risk it and jump down there. Oh man, this episode's going long too, but this is not a good stopping point. I feel like I should finish this last quest here before I cut off the episode, because I think the next one I want to do this instance, Ashes and Stars or whatever, in the depths of Osgiliath. And obviously I don't want to, I kind of want to have that as its own episode. So I don't want to have to finish up a quest. So, I'm here, but I'm not really seeing my quest objectives. It can be found along the Anduin in southern Osgiliath. So maybe I need to find a way to just jump down there and get by the river. I don't know. This is weird. Let me come on this side, and then I think that allows me to get a little deeper in. I see some orcs. There we go. There's a raft builder. I'm at the right location now. Nice. I am lagging. Throws off my timing when there's lag, you know, because I execute moves, but they don't work. Burn all the rafts. See, this lag is really frustrating. Come on. Get to it, Hobbit. There's about a 1.5 seconds delay right now between my action and the actual execution of it. For a second, I thought I fell in the river there. That would have really frustrated me. Okay, so I missed a raft somewhere. I probably did not miss it. It probably didn't register with the lag, is what happened. Or maybe not. Maybe I just missed one. No, that's taking me away from it. I'm getting on the pony. 'Cause now I'm just running around like a fool. Nothing over here. Let me kill these two. That should finish off all the orcs I need. And now maybe the quest tracker will point me more specifically. Let me try to go south a little bit and then turn back into the wharf. I don't think that's gonna happen. There we go, yeah. That's some more rafts here. Okay, there you go. So, it has been a little bit of a longer episode, so what I'm gonna do is, instead of riding back there, I will meet you back in the culvert, and then, well, you know what? Never mind. Let's go there together, because I don't want to have to turn in all these quests at the beginning of the next episode, since I want to leave it towards the instance. So yeah, let's go. Plus, this is kind of newish scenery for us, so let's enjoy it together. Let's ride back. It's not too far. At least I don't think. I just need to go north. I should probably climb up the stairs. I don't know. No, I think this is fine. I think this will take me straight to the culvert. Yeah, I'm liking this path. I think I'm gonna get to where I need to. The city's really not as confusing as the map makes it out to be. Although the lag is a little frustrating. I might level up to 111 with all these quests. I don't know. We'll see. It'll be nice. That way I'll be a little bit stronger trying to solo the instance next time. I'm going to try to solo it. We'll see.
Is there no end to enemy forces invading our land?
I hope they suffered as much as my brothers did, Kippen. I shall not rest until the forces of the enemy lay dead and broken, and I am glad to have an ally such as you. You have my thanks, but our work is not yet done.
We must take the victories we can get.
I heard the thundering of their falls even down here, Kippen, but the bridge did not break. Unfortunate, but we cannot let that halt our efforts.
We are not yet finished with our work.
They number in the thousands, my friend, but each one that we defeat bolsters my hope for the future of the White City. You have done well.
Ithilien is crawling with foes.
It is bittersweet indeed. These blades were once held by men I considered brothers, but for those of us that yet live, they may still protect us from the darkness. Thank you, Kippen. There you go, level 111, my god. Deed completed. Well preserved. What is that? Achieved the 11st level. So I got some bread. And a lump of butter. I get it. I get it. I gotcha. Because Bilbo turned 111 at the beginning of the events of Lord of the Rings, and he made that analogy of feeling thin, sort of stretched, like butter scraped over too much bread. I gotcha. I gotcha.
The Morgul host must be defeated.
You have done well, Kippen. Their rafts are many, but this shall set them back for a time.
The Morgul host must be defeated.
There are many to look after down here, Kippen. You have made that task far easier this day. You have my thanks. Alright, so we are indeed done with this episode. In the next one, I will probably try to do this instance, the Depths of Osgiliath, or Sunken Labyrinth. So I'll try to do that in the next episode. Small fellowship, I'm overleveled. I might try to solo it. If it's impossible, then I'll get a group. We'll see. Either way, leave a like on the video. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Thanks for stopping by the Renaissance Gaming Monastery. I hope you join our community on Discord and Twitter. These videos are produced with a lot of hard work and love. If you think they're worth $1, I'd be grateful for your contribution. You can send a thanks donation or become a member on YouTube. You can also support through PayPal, Patreon, or even with cryptocurrency. All links are in the description. See you on the next video.